Let's get some cleaning done before the Sabbath starts at sundown. Starting off with laundry because it's Friday and after school, this is the day that my daughter does her laundry. Then I'm moving into the kitchen because I have to do dishes. There's not too many here, but if I don't take care of it now, then it will pile up very quickly at dinner time from all the dinner dishes. So this is a little round one. Then I'm going to clean out the sink. And I'm going to also clean like the backsplash. I'm going to scrub the faucet and that whole section of the sink because it's really dirty and there's a lot of buildup. Right here I'm cleaning out the drain. And I always compost my paper towels when I do this. So I'm just going to tap it out, wipe it out, and then fold it up like a little present and put that in my compost bag. And then give the sink a final rinse. And now we're moving on to this corner because it's very cluttered. You can see I'm filling up my sink with all these water bottles that I just cleaned. I found some beef sticks. I'm going to put those in the snack drawer, put the box in the recycling. And all that is like empty cans. But then the other box is some more cans that are not empty. And those are going to live on the counter. But behind those boxes, there's like this pile of stuff. Guess what I'm going to do with all this stuff? I'll tell you. The coffee I kept, and then everything else, I threw it away. And it's looking a million times better. This is another part of my kitchen. I'm going to wipe down the stove and then the counter. And this table is cluttered partially because we went grocery shopping. So when we do that, I like to leave out the fruit that I want to take care of. So the strawberries I had to put in the fridge because some of them looked like they could be getting bad and I wanted them to stay cold. But that's why the cantaloupe's out here, and the casserole dish that is on the table that's filled with fruit and sweet potatoes and avocado and lemons, that stays right there. Other chore I'm doing while I tackle this is when my daughter gets home from school, we have to go through her backpack and empty out her lunch and then wash that container. So I also took care of her backpack that was sitting in the chair. And then I moved into cleaning off this table and picking up a lot of clutter, really. This bag right here is an old random bag of snacks that nobody wants to eat. And so I just threw it all away because there was these tiny boxes of raisins. And I was like, no, I need to hurry up and get this done. I don't have all day. And it's going in the garbage. I can't open all this stuff and compost it. Plus, I just pulled out a compost bag and I don't really want to fill it up all the way right now. At this point, most of my kitchen is clean. And I have to do the dreaded task of washing all of my kitchen laundry. So I have this trash can that I just started using. This is a second load I've done with it. And wow, they smell really bad. Even when you clean them and rinse them out, they just smell bad. So I'm putting in laundry detergent. I was going to try and like use that water to rinse out the trash can. And it didn't work because it doesn't fit into the washer the way it has that like middle post thing in it. So I add soap, I add vinegar, and then I'm picking through my essential oils. But I really like peppermint. That's my favorite one. Here I'm going to use clergy sage and lemongrass inside of those laundry bins. And now I finally get to sit down after I started the laundry. And I'm going to cut open this cantaloupe so that we can have some fresh fruit on hand for the weekend. Here's a little lemon water I made for myself, and now I'm going to rinse these strawberries with salt water. I'm going to let them soak for like 5 minutes and then drain them. I'm taking a break to check the calendar of events because tomorrow is Memorial Day. So we might have something fun going on to do this weekend. Not tomorrow. Monday's Memorial Day. Tomorrow is Saturday. I have another load of laundry to switch over. This is all the washcloths and rags that I started, my kitchen laundry. After I did that, now I'm going to clean these strawberries and chop them up for the weekend. And spill some of them on the floor, of course. We are also having some of these strawberries with our dinner, so we will be munching away, and it will be a surprise how many we actually end up having left for the rest of the weekend. So, I actually just started filming so that I could deal with this fridge. You see how at the top of it, the bread is blocking the light? I don't think you can see how dark it is. It looks brighter on camera. But this is a very disorganized mess, and I need to fix it. So, how am I going to do that? I'm just going to get started and organize this fridge. I'm sort of taking stuff out one shelf at a time. I'm finding compost that I can get rid of so I can clear out space. And then I'm taking some of my newer groceries and putting them in an organized fashion. So here's my like new hummus and then the old one that's open on top. I got my new chicken and I put that behind it so I can make sandwiches. So there's all my sandwich stuff. Here's some sauces. I'm going to get rid of some and keep some that we got from Applebee's. I like this sweet Asian chili sauce, and I have some salsa too. Now I'm going to move to this upper shelf. The only things that actually go here are eggs, and everything else is sort of random. We have apples, sauce, lemon, juice, and a bunch of pies. It was really dirty, so I'm going to take a washcloth and just wipe out all of these crumbs. Well, not all of them, but all the ones on this empty part of the glass. Now, we just made some pudding, and so I'm putting that in the fridge with the whipped cream, Cool Whip, because I'm making a chocolate cream pie later. And now all the leftovers are going to go back into the fridge. And then I'm going to tackle all of this bread because it's blocking the light and my fridge is really dark. So what I ended up doing is I just put one of these loaves of bread into the bread box on the counter. And then I stacked the bagels because they're pretty hard on top of each other so that we have a lot more light shining through in the fridge. So I got the fridge cleaned and organized, and now I'm done with that. We're going to be moving on to making my bed so that I can dump out the clean laundry on this. Because so far in this video, I've done 3 loads of laundry, and that has to go somewhere to get folded. So I needed the basket to be empty so that I could switch the laundry over again. I have a cameraman at this point, and they're going to adjust the screen so you can see out the window behind me that it's getting to be dusk, and I need to finish up with all these chores because the Sabbath is going to start soon. So at this point, I'm done with cleaning. The last thing I'm going to do is make this pie. This is the reason why we made the pudding. I'm going to put the pudding in the chocolate pie crust, put the whipped cream on it, and then smooth it out. And then it's going to be done. And that's how we're going to finish off the night. It's going to be awesome.